was most important to take away from these past couple of games and the conference season?
We still got a lot of work to do. I think we're a better team than what the results say we are, but that doesn't matter. And I just got done telling the team that when things get tough like this, you got two choices: you fight back and you work even harder, or you give up. And also told them if anybody doesn't want to stay on board with this ride with us, let me know now and get off, because I know where this is going. We just haven't had the results early that we need.
Did you sense at any point today on your sideline there were guys that were a little, reverted back to 2017, or is that why you said that?
No, there's no reverting back to 2017. We just have to make sure that everybody does a better job and everybody practices habits that lead to championships. And we have a lot to fix. Coaches have a lot to fix. Players have a lot to fix. Little things lead to small things. The same little things bit us today, spotting them points, giving up special teams play, turning the ball over, dumb penalties. I can't tell you how much we talked about that all week, and it happens again. So we got to do a better job as coaches.
Coach, how tough is it to teach a team how to win, and how do you do that?
It's just got to happen. They've been working hard enough. They deserve to win, and they deserve to win a bunch of games as hard as they've been working. Sometimes it's got to happen, and once it does, things get a lot better. But I got a bunch of guys in the locker room that are brokenhearted. Doesn't hurt anybody worse than the coaches and those guys in the locker room. And nobody's happy with what's happened. So we all have a lot of work to do.
How would you assess Andrew's play today?
I thought he did a good job getting thrown in to that situation. Both kids did. We've started two kids that are both freshmen in their first start ever in our first two games after we lost that first one. And I thought Adrian played really well in the first one. For what we asked Bunchy to do, I thought he did a good job. We kind of wanted to ugly the game up and lean on them early, and that's impossible to do once you give up a punt return and turn the ball over and you spot them two scores. And we had to lean on him. When we asked him to make throws, I thought he made some really good throws and did some good things. We got off of our rhythm and game plan early and what we went into the game wanting to do because of how the first quarter went.
Was there ever a thought in your head of bringing in Adrian Martinez?
No, Adrian wasn't ready to go today. He actually looked really good in warm-ups, but we were just worried about he's going to be here a long time, and our decision is going to be made based on his long-term health more than anything, and that wasn't an option.
Looking ahead to next week in Michigan on the road, what are you guys going to work on most in practice?
We're going to work on the most football.
Special teams, you mentioned that. That's been something the last 2 weeks you haven't got a lot out of. How do you improve that area? What do you want to see from that area?
It's got to matter. It's got to matter to everybody more. We had great effort in special teams this week, a lot better attention to detail. The one penalty is on me. I got done with the drive, was frustrated we didn't get it in the end zone. I wasn't even looking at the play clock, and we got a delay a game penalty. I don't know if he would have made that or not. Certainly don't want to burn a timeout there. We got to take the field better and get that whole thing going faster, but that one's on me. Field position was, other than them muffing a punt, was decidedly in their favor, and we got to fix that. Got to be able to make some plays on special teams, and those kind of things in a tight game. Those are the key things in a tight game.
From a layman's standpoint, Scott, it looked like the offensive line took a step back today, maybe after last week. Is that the way you saw it? Or?
I don't know. I have to watch the film. We certainly didn't run for as many yards. Now, if I was a D coordinator on the other side and I saw another quarterback and a redshirt freshman making his first start, I'd get a lot of people in the box, and that's what they did. They were inserting the will off the weak side, safety to the field, sending people, giving us different looks, and kind of giving us underneath routes, not deep ones, because they were getting a lot of people in the box and playing deep over the top of everything. So really the way to beat that was an intermediate passing game, maybe some quarterback runs, and we just didn't want to sell out with that game plan. We thought we'd be able to run it on them, and at times we did, just not consistently enough.
What did you think of the defense today?
Same thing. I thought at times they played great. Again, I got to watch the tape. We needed the black shirts and the offense and the pipeline to win this game today and rally and win it, and special teams. And I think at times all of those position groups, units, did good enough to win. But as a whole, you got to give a lot of credit to Troy for coming in and making more plays than we did.
You mentioned the talk you had of the guys in the locker room. Is your early sense of this group that they're the kind of group that is going to fight back from what you've learned about them?
Yeah, when I got here, I heard that last year that's not what happened. That's not the sense I get from them. The sense I get from them is they want to be great. And the effort they've been giving us lead me to believe they want to be great. We got a tough game next week, so this could get worse before it gets better. But it's always darkest before the dawn, and I know where this is going, so I want every guy in that locker room to be on board with us.
So as you think about, this is just generally speaking philosophically, do you get tougher on a team like this, or do you love them up more? Like, what's your philosophical approach when a team loses too close?
If I change who I am and what I do, and our coaches change who they are and what they do because of results, then we're not being honest in the first place, and we're not being real in the first place. We might work even harder, redouble our efforts, try to fix the things that are wrong, but nobody's going to change.
Do you notice any real parallels between these guys now and the guys when you were coming in UCF and you were trying to build them back up?
Yeah, it's not about a different team. It's about this one. But I think anytime you're trying to get something fixed, you got to figure out how to win. You got to figure out how not to make the mistakes that get you beat. Year ones are, usually in close games, those teams don't win the close games. And by year two, when you got culture and everything established, usually you win those close games. But we're not doing little things right to win close games. We've been in 2 of them, and we're 0-2 in them.
Did you get an explanation on the Mohammed targeting?
No, he was on the other sideline, and I didn't see it. So I'm sure it'll be reviewed and looked at. I know Mo he plays his tail off, and he's not malicious. So if it happened, I know it wasn't intentional. That's all I would say about it.
Did he say anything to you?
I didn't have time to talk to Mo. We were in the middle of a game, and he had to leave the field.
On that punt return, did you see their touchdown punt return? Did you see anything that stuck out?
No, I saw us miss a couple tackles. That's all I really saw. And again, I get a lot of credit to them, but we have a lot to fix.
Is your punter, is that where you want your punter to be trying to attempt that?
There's a lot of things we have to fix to make sure that those things don't happen.
Anything else for Coach?
Thanks, guy.